Hello everybody and good morning. Welcome to the MLM Lunchtime Leadership Show. So we're going over a new book today, How to Have Confidence and Power in Dealing with People by Giblin. So before we jump into that, we're going to go ahead and invite some people onto here.
Hey everybody, David Roeder. Ellen's husband's birthday was, I guess, today. So happy birthday. Here we go.
Alrighty then. Alright, and we're going to do a little bit of the introduction for this book too, because I did read through that and we did get a few things out of there too. So I will do the introduction and chapter 1 today. So, jumping into it, the 3 basic methods of dealing with people. Number 1, you could take what you need from others by force, threats, intimidation, or by outsmarting them. Usually this falls into the category of criminals and people who are always doing things that they're not supposed to be doing. But unfortunately, there are some people in business who like to do this, but in a more subtle manner. And that's the first one. Number 2, beg people to give you the things that you want. This submissive type tries to make a deal with people, like, I won't assert myself in any way or cause you any trouble. In return, you just be nice to me, which isn't gonna work either. And then number 3, you can operate upon a basis of fair exchange or give and take. So if you give people what they need, they will give you what you need. And that's really what we're talking about. What he goes over in this book is that's the mindset that you want to have when you're dealing with people. So you can get what you want and help others at the same time. So many people believe that by attempting to satisfy your own desires for success and happiness, we would be depriving others from having the same satisfaction. But that's really not true. It's kind of just the same thing with money. Just because somebody has an abundance of it doesn't mean there's a lack of for everybody else. And so it's just getting out of that mindset. But he also goes into a happy person is more likely to spread happiness than an unhappy person. And those who make an abundance of money are more generous than those who have a lack of it. Because when you have more than enough, people think of other people. But if you have a lack of it and you're just struggling to survive, you're not going to be thinking about other people. So the key to success is hold on. Got a kitty hair on my mouth. The key to successful human relations. So the real key to successful human relations is learning as much as we can about human nature as it is, not as we think it ought to be. So only when we understand just what we are dealing with are we in a position to deal with it successfully. So he goes into a lot in this book of, there's a lot of content out there of how we think people operate and how you should act. He's like, this isn't how human nature works though. He's like, granted, it's great for self-improvement, but people's first natural instinct is to do what? And that's what he's going to be going over in this book. So chapter 1, the key to success and happiness. No matter what industry you're in, the common denominator to all success and happiness is other people. So if you learn how to deal with other people, you will have gone 80% of the way down the road to success and 99% down the road to personal happiness. So merely getting along isn't the answer. If you are timid in using this method, you're going to become a human doormat, because you're not going to stand up for yourself, but you're not going to tell people what you want either, and people are just going to walk all over you. Or you're going to be more of like the dictator who's going to walk all over the doormats, which isn't good either. So neither one of these are going to do when you're trying to lead a team. And you'll find the timid person's never going to be able to get enough people on their team to be able to lead. And then the dictator, they can recruit a lot of people, but they're not going to be able to keep them in. And you'll see this in certain industries where you look at the leadership in over the next 5-10 years, you'll see that their team really hasn't grown, but there's always a lot of new people. It's usually an issue with that person, and they're just missing something, which is always they're missing that people aspect of being able to work with others. So what counts as a way to get along with people or deal with people, and that will bring us personal satisfaction, and at the same time not trample on other people's egos, and you can deal with them. So, the reason 90% of people fail in life. So the Carnegie Institute of Technology analyzed the records of 10,000 people and came to the conclusion that 15% of success is due to technical training and to brains and skills for the job, but then 85% of success is due to the personality factors and the ability to deal with people successfully. So human engineering is more important than the technical knowledge. So you could be the smartest person in the room, but unless you're able to work with people and deal with them in the right way, you're not going to be able to go very far, especially in MLM and what we're doing, because this is a voluntary business. People volunteer to work with you. You're not hiring them like a normal job. So the relationship is everything in this one, because you can't be like the boss and be like, you have to do as I say or you're going to get out. These people are coming on voluntarily and they don't have to work with you. So if you're constantly rubbing people the wrong way or not able to communicate with them in a way that they get it, you're going to burn a lot of bridges. So when you boil personality down to its basic ingredients, it's nothing more than the ability to interest and to serve other people. So in a nutshell, with this chapter, it's a proven fact that 60 to 90% of all failures in business in the business world are failures in human relations. People fail to realize it's not just about them. It is other people, but by helping other people, you're going to get what you want. Number 2, so-called personality problems such as timid, shyness, or self-consciousness are all basically problems in dealing with people. And learning a skill in dealing with people with confidence, and you will automatically improve your own success and happiness. And then learn the underlying principles. Goodness gracious, I can't read today. Involved in dealing with people, and you won't need to have a gimmick. He refers to the gimmicks in this book as a lot of the other how to make people do what you want them to do, which sometimes helps, but it's not getting to the actual underlying what is people's first reaction to things and how do you work with that. So with that, this was kind of a short chapter, but it was more the introduction to the book of like, what are we going to be going over and why is it so important? And in MLM, it is important. You need to be able to work with people, otherwise you're not going to be able to get far. So with that, that's what I got. Jeff, do you have any comments?
No, I mean, you got it all. Again, it's really the main thing that I got out of, was the statistic that 15% is skill. You can know all the right things from Dale Carnegie, you can know all the things to say in the right order, but 85% of it is your personality and do people like you? How to Win Friends and Influence People talks about that, you know, throughout the entire book. Is you have to work with human relations, not against human relations. With human relations, meaning, you know, you get along with people, you have fun, you have to identify people's personality, compliments, things like that, versus, you know, here's exactly how to sell, and here's a technique, and here's what do I do. Too many people are way too mechanical, and you kind of have to be more free-flowing, I guess would be the way to say it, is you know, go with what you get in front of you. It's a trick to figure it all out, but once you do, then you can recruit and keep people. And we've seen both. I've seen people who have the hardest time in the world recruiting people, and they just can't bring anybody in. And I've seen people who can recruit people like crazy, and they're bringing them in, but then they fall out the back door because the system is terrible, or the people that they're working, like, it just doesn't work. So the combination of both is important, and that's why we're going over these books. So that's it.
Right. So what is
Mañana.
Yes,
Friday.
tomorrow's Friday. Okay, just making sure.
Yesterday, I thought it was Friday. Today, I know it's Thursday. However that works.
So, fun stuff. So if you guys would like these notes, I'm going to go ahead and post them in the MLM Lunchtime Leadership Show Facebook group. Goodness gracious, that's a mouthful. Ugh. So, I'm going to post those there so that way you have them. And I'm going to download this video to YouTube so that way if you guys would like to go back and rewatch it, you are more than welcome to as well. So with that, we will see you guys tomorrow with Chapter 2.
So I go.